Hello and welcome to this week's Modern Toyfare Reviews. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure VenomPool from the Venomized wave that recently came out. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's start off with some of the detailing on the figure. We'll look at his head. You'll see he does have some wrinkles in his mask and his brow. You've got the teeth are individually molded and painted. You've got the patches for like his eyes are stapled on. This nice purple tongue really stands out against like the red and black of the rest of the figure. It's a great contrast. You do have down below his straps that go across for his harness, all individual molding. You do have more staples going across holding his suit to his body. You have that as well going down the arms where it starts to hit the black. There's also more staples there. A lot of different textures and stuff throughout his suit to kind of make it a little different from the rest of his, like the black parts of his body, which is really cool. You do have his wrist gauntlets, which have basically turned into shackles and have like a little chain piece on them. And then even the hands, you've got that same like suit texture, but then you've got like veins and the bones from his knuckles and his claws and everything coming out. And then you've got his belt, which has, of course, tons of pouches. You've got that little Deadpool logo on it, more of those staples holding his suit to his legs. You've got his pouch on his, which was normally for his holster for his gun. You've got more shackles down the bottom, as you can see they move around. And then you've got his shoes, which still have that kind of black part attached to the boot. On the back, you'll see like tons of detailing, more staples everywhere, even like again on the arms. Pouches on the back of his belt, going down his legs, tons of different textures and stuff for the suit, and then the back of the boot and the shackle. Overall, I think they did a really good job. I wish they would have done a little more shadowing, but still a great figure. Alright, so let's take a look at some articulation. We'll start again with his head. He does turn 360 degrees all the way around. You do have quite a bit of up. Oop, his head does pop off if you go too far though. Has that nice ball joint and the hinge, and then it does also come down. It's blocked a little bit by his chest, but it's more than enough. His arms go almost 90, not quite. You do have the biceps swivel. You've got single joint elbows. He's a Build-A-Figure, so it's kind of be expected. You do have his wrists, which do have a hinge, but it's a little bit hindered by the shackles on his wrist. You can still get quite a bit of movement, but those do come off if you want to be able to range a little more than just that. And then his arms do go 360 degrees forward and backwards as well. And he does have a little bit of a butterfly hinge, nothing too crazy though. Abdomen, quite a bit of ab crunch forward and backward as well, so you can get him in some crazy poses. And then for the waist, it does have a little bit of swivel. Mine, I had to work with it. It was a little tight, but it definitely does have a swivel there to it. Legs move almost 90 degrees forward, but not super far back. And then they do let me get him over here, a little bit of side, but nothing too crazy. He does have that kind of short, stumpy legs this time. Does have the thigh swivel. You do have double jointed knees, which is nice. And then, of course, you do have the hinge at the ankle, which goes quite a bit forward. And then also quite a bit back, so you can get him in a lot of different stances. Plus this tilt on his ankle is incredible, which we've seen a lot of Marvel Legends nowadays. It's just nice to see in a bigger figure as well. Overall, he's definitely more than posable, so it's definitely a great figure to pick up. Alright, and last thing we're going to look at is the accessories. We do have a pair of alternate hands. You've got some great texture in there. You can see the veins and stuff in the back of his hands kind of stretching through his suit. You've got the holes in them to hold the swords. You've got all the nails are individually molded in different kind of positioning. These ones do have a slightly different hinge on them. Instead of being forward and backwards, they're more of like an up and down. So you can kind of point with his sword or have it at different angles, which is kind of nice. It definitely caught me off guard at first because I didn't realize it. And I was like, wow, these don't move at all. But no, it's just they move a different direction. And then, speaking of the swords, we have the swords and the sheath. So the sheath's all wrapped up. You see all the textures and stuff. Wish it would have had some sort of like wash or something on it because it is just a flat brown. But it still looks really nice. The swords come out pretty easily. Once again, a lot of detailing in the sculpting, but not much paint-wise. They slide in just as easy as they come out. You'll notice that it does have this little opening in the back. That's so it can hook onto the harness. Now this is not super like difficult, but it's definitely not something that you can easily do with a camera in between you and your hands. So give me 1 second here. There we go. So you can see once you get it on there, it's on there. And it looks really nice on him, and kind of glad they added it. And then as far as the swords go, they do just kind of slide into his hands. It is a tight fit, so you do have to kind of like grab him by the top and push him through. Luckily, these parts are rubber, so you can kind of adjust them as needed, and then just kind of push in a little further if you want, just like that. Readjust it, and there you go. That's how the swords look in his hands. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for this week's video. As always, if you enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the little bell to get notifications when our videos go up. We have Modern Toyfare reviews on Mondays and Modern Toyfare news with me and Jamar on Fridays. If you want to support the channel, there's a little link below for tpublic.com. It takes you to our store. We have all sorts of different shirts and mugs, phone cases, pillows, all sorts of stuff with our logo on it, or just other designs that I've worked up in Photoshop. So feel free to give those a look. Also, make sure to check us out on social media. Twitter and Instagram are at Modern Toyfare. We do currently have a giveaway going on, so also check out Modern Toyfare news to hear more about that. Hopefully we'll see you next week, same toy time, same Toyfare channel. Thank you for watching.